Hey, what's up? It's your boy Dragon back on the tutorial, and today's tutorial be showing y'all how to make what you see on the screen. This is a subscriber request video. This was requested by my boy Jalen, and if you want to request videos, join my Discord server in the description. I already got a list. Every time somebody requests, I put on the list, so I'm gonna be going off of that to upload what I upload to YouTube. But with all that being said, let's just straight into the video. Boy Dragon, let's get it. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is go into Photoshop, go to File, New, and you want to pick 1280 by 720 as your size. 1280 width, height, you want to pick 720, resolution 72. Follow all this other stuff on my screen. And after that, you want to hit create. So after you hit create, what you want to do now is go to File, Open, and get your images. And I do have a tutorial on how to get YouTube images in HD like this. As you can see, I got images like this right here, all in 1080p. HD, highest quality. So if you want to know how to get YouTube video images like this, let me know in the comment section and I got you with that. But yeah, you just want to bring in an image. This is gonna be the one I'm using right here though. I just brought in the other ones to show you, but I'm gonna use this image. And you also want to bring in an image of what the person is gonna be reacting to. So you want to bring in one of those. All right, so now that you got all your images in, the first thing you want to do is hit Control C on the image that you're gonna cut out, which is gonna be this. So you hit Control C on it, and you just want to come over here and hit Control V. And if you want to, you really can cut the image out right here. And yeah, you can do this right here. So just hit P on your keyboard to start cutting out, and then go to the pen tool to hit P on your keyboard. Like I said, you just want to cut out this image. And I also have a tutorial on how to cut out. I'm gonna put that in the description for y'all also. But yeah, just cut this out and I'm gonna speed it up. Alright, so once you get done cutting out the image, you just want to connect the dots. And after, right click, make selection. And I'm gonna say this too, if this video help you out, make sure you drop a like and subscribe. For real, I say this and it might just go past y'all, but really, if you hear me say this and you still watching, make sure you drop that like. Don't just watch the video, because you know I'm helping you out. So once you get to this part right here, what you want to do is create a clipping mask, or you can just hit Control and J to cut out. It's up to you. Make sure your faded radius was on 1 when you did that. So you see this spot up here, you do not want to leave any spots like this. I know a lot of people react, they have the headphones and stuff on, so you might end up with some spots like this. What you want to do, you can either cut it out with the pen tool, or you can just go to this little mask right here. If you added a mask, hit B on your keyboard and just cut out or go across with your brush. And I'm gonna show you what my brush is on, because your brush will have to be what my brush is on for this to work like this. So make sure your brush hardness is on 0, and make sure the color is black, because if the color is white while you're doing this, it will just add stuff to the image instead of cutting stuff out like when it's on black. So make sure that is right while you do this. So the next thing you want to do is go to File, Open, or if you already got your image of the little music video, just hit Control C on it, then bring it over here and hit Control V. And now that you might pick the size right here, but you probably gonna have to change the size up as you get further into the thumbnail, because we're gonna have to add the text. And this trick, I was trying to match it up with the original thumbnail that I kind of remade this off of, and I had to change it up a little bit. So if you want to try to get it like mine, probably gonna have to change this up. But yeah, bring in the image, and after this you want to hit Control J on the image you cut out and bring this below the image right here. So once you brought this below, right click and then disable layer mask, or you can just delete layer mask. It's up to you, whatever you want to do. Really won't make a difference. But you want to add hue and saturation, and all of this to work the same on Photopea. If you don't have Photoshop, just go on Photopea. You can follow all these steps until you get to the end of the thumbnail. That's the only thing you can't do. But once you add the hue and saturation, add colorize, and then you want to add some actual saturation to the image, and you want to kind of get like a dark bluish color like that, and just add a little bit more saturation. If you want the color to be even darker blue, just lower the lightness a little bit, but don't lower it too much if you want to do that. If you lower it, the colors will blend in better. But if you do lower it, Just add some brightness to the background with it. So once you got this, what you want to do is go up here and you want to add brightness and contrast. You want to right click, create a clipping mask, and put that on the image you cut out earlier. Then you want to up the brightness on that image, and just make sure the image looks pretty bright, because if you take it off, you can see that the image wasn't bright at all. I don't know why I said it like that. I'm tripping, dog. But yeah, just up the brightness on that. You can up the brightness on this too if you want. I don't think I did on the first time I made it, but you can up it a little bit on this. Just create a clipping mask. Also make sure your clipping mask on. After this, what you want to do is go to vibrance. Then you want to add some vibrance, then some saturation. You can see that I'm working on everything, like adding on my little effects first. So once you got all your little effects added, next thing you want to do is go to blending options, and I'm probably gonna lower that a little bit, but you want to go to blending options, and you want to add inner glow and outer glow. Now the settings are already like preset to the ones I had before, so I'm gonna just show you like just show you like the settings I had. So I'm gonna show you that and let you see it. Alright, so I got outer glow and inner glow on. Make sure you have this on. Now my opaque, and you can copy these settings. Sometimes it will vary, but I think this you can use the same thing every time, especially for these thumbnails, because his reaction thumbnails, they look the same. Nothing wrong with that though. So spread I put on 16, size I put on 24, range I put on 100, opacity on 98. Inner glow, opacity on 100 for this, size on 24, and range on 100 also. And if you weren't wondering about range, if this is your first time adding this, your range is gonna be on 50. And I think it's gonna mess with a little bit. And I don't know, I kind of turn my range down, and I'm kind of liking the way that look. I'm so used to put my range on 100 to the point I forgot what like a lower range would look like. So to be honest, I'm not gonna do that. But you don't have to put your range on 100. You can really go with like 75 for real, because that look pretty clean right now. But for this image, I'm gonna bring this down a little bit, about right here, so I have enough text for the top. Probably about right there. Let me make sure I moved it down. Yeah, so I went down a little bit. Alright, so after that, you want to go to blending options on this. You can just right click on the image to go to that. And what we're gonna do is add a little stroke to it. Now for the stroke, you can pick 4 or 5, but I probably won't go with 6. But that might be a 6, like a little too big, just a little bit. So I'm gonna go with 5. So 5, I'll do that. And you can have something like this. And now we're gonna get the background glow. So we're gonna come under these 2 images, create a new layer, hit B on our keyboard to go to the brush. Make sure the hardness is always down. Then we're gonna go to the brackets on our keyboard, and you're gonna click the bracket to the right of your keyboard, not to the left. The left one will make it smaller, the right one will make it bigger. Another way you can make your brush bigger, I don't never tell y'all this, but you can hold Alt and then right click, like the right click on your mouse, just move your mouse up and down, and you can change it like this. The only thing about it though, you gotta know what you're doing, because if you go up and down, it's gonna mess with your hardness. But if you go across, it'll just mess with the diameter. So make sure you don't go up and down if you do that. But you can do the brackets or that, or you can just go over here and change it manually. But yeah, so now that we got this, we're gonna select a color off of here, or you can just pick a color yourself. It's up to you, but you want to go back here and you just want to tap with this. And what it's gonna do is gonna give it like a little glow effect. And it might be too much of a glow right now, but so we'll just have something like that, and we're gonna lower the opacity with it. So we'll do something like that right there, and you can definitely see the difference on the background when you do that. So now that you've done that, what we'll do now is add the text. And for the text, we're gonna put NBA Youngboy first, and the font we're gonna be using is gonna be Eagle. Hold up, I'm gonna pronounce this right. Let me look it up. Evogria. So we're gonna be using Evogria. This was how they told me how to pronounce it, so I'm gonna just call it Evogria. Evogria. So we're gonna use this font, and we just gonna type with it. I type with the horizontal type tool, and you can just double click it, change your color, whatever you want to do. But we really don't need to do that, so I ain't tripping about that. But we can make this smaller, and I noticed something about this image too. Hold up. Yeah, so I noticed this dude right here over a little too much. So what we're gonna do is just select all that by holding control. We're gonna move him over so we can get a little bit more space, because we don't really have enough space when he over that much. So we'll just bring him over like this so we can have some more space. And yeah, so we'll put the NBA YoungBoy text, and we'll put it all the way to the top, the furthest to the top you can get. Then we put the song name down here. We just double click, and you see all this highlighted, so you just type something new. I think the song name is See Me Now, like me a YoungBoy. You just put this down here like this. Oh yeah, I deleted by accident. Just hit Control Z if you do that, but yeah, just do that for right now. And I'm gonna just make sure this is centered. Put my little center line checker. Make sure this is in the middle, maybe a little bit smaller. Hold up, cause this thing ain't tripping. Alright. We're gonna get this centered. And we'll do something like this. I don't know why this thing ain't tripping like that anyway. But yeah, we'll do something like that. And now what we're gonna do is go to gradient overlay. We're gonna go to blend options first. Then we're gonna go to gradient overlay. And what we're gonna do is do something similar. I'm gonna try to do it first, then I'm gonna just end up showing y'all my settings, because I already made this effect. But to do the effect that we trying to get, you basically want to, because y'all probably gonna use different colors, you basically want to get that color right, and we'll pick it again. We'll just go over here, tap with it to get it again, then bring it over here, delete that, put them on each sides, and then the middle one we get that same color, right? Hold up, let me get that same color. You can delete this, and we'll have the same color. Put the location at 50, that'll be directly in the middle. And with this color, you'll just make this a little kind of darker, like kind of like that. And then on this, I also add like a little inner glow. I set it to white. Put on linear dyes, lower the opacity a little bit, and then I add a little drop shadow too, something like that. And that's pretty much how I did the text on it. But I'm gonna copy my layer styles I got for this also, and just show you the layer style for that too. Alright, so now that I got this, like a little layer style, you can see a big difference. Well, it's a big difference, but only reason it look like a big difference because I got my outer glow. See, if I take the outer glow off, it still look a little similar, but you see I got outer glow, those settings right there, spread 16, size 16, range 100, opacity on 45, gradient overlay, basically the same effect type. This little number right here if you want to copy the exact setting, because you can use these numbers to put the exact gradient overlay if you know what you're doing. The inner glow, pretty much the same thing I told you. I just added a choke on this one, but yeah. So I'm gonna show y'all how I did the little bottom text also. It's the same thing, but just with different colors. So this is how you do the gradient overlay. I'm gonna show you another example. So you just go in here, change the color white, and change the color white, and go in the middle and change this to a color like that. Now I think it might be a little tighter like the way it is in the middle, but that's pretty much how I do that. And it's simple, but I'm gonna import my little layer style and show you the settings for it. Alright, so this layer style right here, gradient overlay, I did more of a like grayish white type of color instead of black I showed you, but this is a little code for it right there. Slow the video down, in the glow, same settings for the other one. So yeah, now that we got that, next thing I'm gonna do is add these drop shadows and show you the settings. Alright, now for the drop shadows to work, you gotta have a group first, right? And your group, just to make one, you'll go down here, hit this little folder thing, and you'll just drag the stuff into the group. So I made another group anyway. We just gonna put that in there because we're gonna end up adding another drop shadow. But as you can see with the drop shadows I add, it make the stuff pop out a lot more. So we'll just go to blending options, and we'll do drop shadow. I added 2 of them. Settings are very different on both of them. You'll have to kind of add your own twist when you're doing the setting for the drop shadow. And drop opacity 83, distance 11, spread 3, size will be 10. Opacity 21, distance 5, spread 3, size will be 10 on this too. So you got that, and we're not gonna worry about another drop shadow right now. What we're gonna do is add the text for the bottom. And if you want this PSD, let me know, but I'm not gonna put it in the video just like that. Too many people gonna be running around with this, man, thumbnail style. This was a subscriber request video, so I ain't gonna put no PSD out for real. But just make the text bigger, and then drag it to the bottom left of the screen like this. And now what we're gonna do is add the other drop shadow, and you can mess with the size on this. I just threw that down there for real, but I'll probably make this like a little bit bigger. I like that right there. And now that you got it this size, you just want to add your other drop shadow to finally make things pop out a little bit more. And this right here, very different too. Opacity 69, distance on 2, spread on 3, size on 8. So now that you got this, you pretty much done with your thumbnail. I'm gonna just go around try to make some things look a little bit better. Like the background color, I feel like this blue can be a little bit better. So I'm gonna mess with this, and I'll be back with y'all when I'm done. So what I'm probably gonna end up doing for this background, my little old method I used to do on our thumbnail, I kind of forgot about it. What I do is just shade that in, add color to the background, and I probably put that over that, lower the opacity a little bit, and that blue should look a little bit better by me doing that. So yeah, change it up a little bit. So after you did that, you can just hit Control S, say your work. I'm gonna name this, and I might drop the PSD if I get a certain amount of likes. I ain't gonna tell y'all how many though. Y'all be slipping on the likes anyway. So I'm gonna call this Lil Shaq 2. And what we gonna do, since now that we done with this, we just gonna hold shift from the top layer and select the bottom layer, then group everything, then hit Control J, then hit Control E, then hit M on your keyboard to go across with the marquee tool. If you don't not select the marquee tool, just go over here, right click, rectangular marquee tool, then hit Control J, right click, convert to smart object, and after that you want to go to filter and then camera raw filter. Alright, so now that you've done all that, I got my little presets right here. Y'all really don't have to worry about this, because for this thumbnail, I don't really think you need camera raw filter like that. But if you did use it, I mean, I'm just showing y'all a little base settings right here. But what I do is up the contrast. I always do that. I mess with the whites and the blacks. You see on this, they put the shadows down a little bit, but yeah, I mess with the contrast, texture, that little stuff right there. So yeah, let's show you a little bit right there. But after this, I don't think they did magic bullet looks for this thumbnail. Let me see. Nah, so I don't think no magic bullet looks, and definitely not Topaz Labs. I did it the first time I made it, but you don't need Topaz Labs on it. If anything, this thumbnail should be a little more smooth from looking at how the person made it. So if you do want to add that smoothness to it, go to let me show y'all. Go to noise, then reduce noise. Take the preserve details off, turn all to 0. Only thing you need is a script. And just up that, yeah. And you can see the difference just back there. I kind of like the way it looks when I take the noise down, so I probably put that like 2. And yeah, now that you got this, just add a new layer. Hit B on your keyboard to go to the brush, and we'll just hold Alt, click. We'll hold Alt, pick a color, then click with that color, and just go around doing this. Yeah. So yeah. Just do this on the whole image, really. And then after you do that, go to screen. I lower my opacity about, go about 12, probably about 8, 10. Nah, 10 to be good. So now that you did all this, you pretty much done with the thumbnail. You just go to File, Export, Export As, and you really can do this. Watch this tutorial for all your little reaction videos. If you want your reaction thumbnails to look like that. That's not really my style, but Like I said, this was subscriber requested, so it's helping somebody out. Probably gonna help a lot of people out. So this is a little simple tutorial, very in depth. It took me a little longer to record this than I thought I would, but I did go in detail. So if you enjoyed the video, make sure you drop a like, subscribe. Being boy Dragon, peace out.